Been working on this table for several weeks. Here is the fully assembled, unfinished piece. I was hoping to get this video done in one segment, but it was just too much in the build. It was just too involved, so it's going to wind up being several parts. If you just want to see the finished product, then skip to the end of the one labeled finale. But if you want to see the whole process, then stick around. I'm learning some things about milling lumber. One thing I learned is zip ties are not adequate for banding. You can't pull them tight enough. I've got some cuffing going on my boards. But I'm getting ready to pull it apart and mill it. I've already pulled some of them apart and checked the moisture level. They're reading in the same range as the kiln dried lumber that I've got around here. So I think it's ready to go. This is what I'm starting with. Most of these pieces are 5/4. I've got one more small stack besides this one that's still banded. I'm not sure I'm going to need them or not. Depends on how much lumber I can get out of what I've got here. I'm going to joint one side flat on all the boards that are less than 6 inches, and the few that are larger than 6 inches I'll have to flatten them on the RAS. I don't have a clear picture of my design just yet. I've got a good idea of what I want for the top, but as far as the legs and whether it's going to have a drawer or not, I don't know yet. I'll have to work that out as I go. Both of these slabs need a little bit of flattening. They're too wide to flatten on my joiner, so I'll probably flatten one side on the RAS and then plane the other side. This slab has a pretty good twist to it, so I'm going to hot glue wedges to each corner to keep it stable, and I'm going to change the RAS over to a slab flattening setup. Got all the boards over here arranged by thickness. I'm starting with the thickest pieces and working my way down. They're all between 1 1/4 and 1 1/8. Have the one side milled flat on all the boards. Got all the lumber for the base part of the table planed, and I went back and jointed one pass on each side to help get rid of the planer snipe. Now I've just got to decide how we're going to build this thing. Got to put the slabs back on the log milling sled to take off this edge so I can glue them together. After comparing both sides of the board, I gotta change my mind on doing the book matching. By book matching, it makes it awkwardly wide at one end, and it's not a very good match anymore since I milled it. Let's see. And it's okay, it's not terrible. I think I like mixing them up, having this one flipped with the knots down here. The knots, the rounded part where the limb was down on the opposite end. I think it's going to make a more pleasing table. In order to get my biscuits evenly spaced without overtaxing my little brain, laid out a line end to end, and I'm going to mark center on every other one. That should give me plenty enough room on the end to trim. The slabs are shorter in the center than they are on the outside, so there shouldn't be any worry of hitting the biscuits. I did some brainstorming last night. Of course, these days my brainstorms are like a gentle summer breeze. But I managed to come up with a design for this thing. And I'm going to get started milling the lumber for the base part.